What's up with it? You watching the Big Baller TV. And yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Fame Trap. And the title is Wack 100 exposes Pooh Shiesty. Word CLAPS back with legal threats. Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. I ain't gonna lie, that boy Wack stay pitching something on somebody, name. Yeah, man, he got allegations on him, though. You know what I'm saying? We think he be telling you, feel me, for real, though. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, with Pooh Shiesty situation, though, the situation that happened, man, his only defense is self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Just like anybody that takes somebody out and get caught or something, they best defense is self-defense. You know what I mean? For real, though. Listening to him and hear how you crashing out for nothing, like for real, though. Like I was saying, man, you take somebody out, man, your best defense is self-defense, man. Even if it wasn't self-defense, that's your best defense, for real. But yeah, man, I haven't checked out the video. Don't completely know what they talking about, but let's check it out and see what they talking about.
You telling me, Brad, the smart guy, not gonna call you out your name, you and Pooh decided to tell the truth. The streets don't tell the truth, Brad. When they hear proffer, right, automatically assume cooperation. And I'm going to tell you why. No, this ain't Harvard. The closest thing to Harvard we come is Harvard Park.
Wack 100 is a moron. And what he is reading is as stupid as it sounds.
Pooh Shiesty just got out, and already the internet's buzzing with drama. He's barely been a free man for a few days, and people online are quick to throw dirt on his name. Instead of celebrating his return, the word snitch is being tossed around like it's nothing. Usually rappers get at least a short peace break, that little honeymoon moment after release, but not Shiesty. The accusations came flying the second those gates opened. He just wrapped up a 5-year sentence linked to a wild situation, a shooting and robbery that all started over a luxury car rental gone bad. Back in 2020, he was renting a flashy McLaren from a local plug who specialized in exotic whips for cash. Reports say when Shiesty pulled up to renew the deal, the guy tried to sweeten it with some weed and Jordans. But instead of a chill exchange, things turned left real quick. Gunfire broke out. The deal flipped into chaos, and next thing you know, Pooh Shiesty, real name Lontrell Williams Jr., was being accused of robbing and shooting the same man who was letting him drive that McLaren. But Shiesty had his own story. He said the setup came from the other side, that they tried to rob him first, and he only fired back to protect himself. Still, the court wasn't buying it. He took the plea, did his bid, and now he's finally home. But peace didn't last long. The internet's already digging through old files and tossing around new claims, saying Shiesty snitched because of something hidden deep in that old case. A mysterious proffer agreement
made by the government, okay? And the world, the streets, when they hear proffer, right, automatically assume cooperation. And I'm going to tell you why. If one goes to Google and puts in government factual proffer, the verbiage of that is a government factual proffer is a meeting between a criminal defendant or witness and the government where the defendant shares information with the government in exchange for limited immunity.
For anyone wondering,
That's crazy though, man. But he got into it with Jay Diggs over Jay Diggs saying Blue Da Vinci was bad because of proper agreement or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what? Wack just now educating himself on a proper agreement or something? Now proper agreement mean you definitely snitched or something? I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Wack could be clout chasing right now. I mean, like his wave been down a little bit.
a proffer agreement is basically when someone sits down with the government to explain what went down, hoping it might help them get a lighter sentence. It doesn't automatically mean they told on somebody, but in street culture, just hearing that word can spark all kinds of wild rumors. People love to twist it into something dirty, even when there's no proof. This whole mess actually started years back when Wack 100, the industry's loudest trouble stirrer, found out Pooh Shiesty had signed a proffer during his case. The second that news hit, social media went crazy, flooding timelines with snitch talk and theories. Everyone had an opinion and none of them sounded the same. But then things flipped. Wack 100 actually got on a live stream with Shiesty's own lawyer, and that conversation changed everything. The attorney came in calm but firm, breaking it all down for the people. He made it crystal clear that Shiesty didn't rat on anyone. He only spoke on his own role in the situation, taking responsibility like a man. And that's where it ended. During that stream, the lawyer said word for word, "There's no paperwork saying Pooh Shiesty told on anyone. None of the three defendants gave a proffer that accused anyone of anything. They all took the same plea deal, 1 count of firearm possession during a drug crime, and all other charges were dismissed. The message couldn't have been clearer. Case closed, or at least that's what everybody thought." Fast forward to now, Pooh Shiesty's just stepped back into the free world, probably still got clothes in his release bag. And guess who pops back up? Wack 100, stirring the pot again. He jumped on DJ Academic's live stream, acting like he's got new inside info straight from mysterious sources. Wack started dropping hints saying, "They're telling me Shiesty told on 2 people. I don't know, man. I like Shiesty. I don't want to release it yet." That line alone set the internet on fire. To anyone listening close, it sounded like classic Wack, planting a seed and letting it grow wild.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I definitely think Wack trying to gain some clout off of this situation, man. Cause like 3 years ago, he said the same thing, you know what I mean? And Pooh Shiesty, people went crazy on Wack, like his mama and everything, man. They wasn't playing. Basically, she said, "My son ain't no damn snitch," you know what I mean? So I definitely think Wack just backtracked just to get some clout off of this situation. I ain't gonna lie, how hard as people was going at Wack last time, man. Wack better be careful for real.
He was basically teasing that he had receipts in his pocket, but was playing it cool for now. People know this game. Wack 100's been running this play for years. He stirs the tension, watches the reaction, then drops the so-called evidence when the buzz is loudest. It's controversy chess, and Wack's always been good at it. And right on cue, once that live stream went live, the energy shifted instantly. Fans started arguing, bloggers started posting, and before long, Shiesty's legal team was already making moves behind the scenes.
Crazy. So I gotta go in tomorrow and see.
Yo, Wack, y'all got circling on paper?
Bro, this is a real operation, bro. Look, I got 51 spies. Then you got the exposers. We got paralegals, we got attorneys, we got PI, we got all. Bro, you looking at am I capping? I haven't even had a chance to respond but once. You see they at me. Look, you reading it. They got the PDFs. I don't even want to open the PDFs.
Yo, Wack.
They ain't found everybody proffers.
Wack, please just delete this message thread, man.
Bro,
Pooh Shiesty
whoever victim 1 and 2 is, listen, bro. Look, you see what I'm saying. I haven't even had a chance to address it, but I will tell you this. That when we had his attorney on, didn't I see you the link? You got it.
Wack, Pooh Shiesty one of the good ones, man. There's
Bro,
no
this ain't not nothing. Listen to me, bro. Hear me out. I did my due diligence and brought his attorney. Is this it? Yeah, here you go. You got it. I sent it to you yesterday. I brought his attorney to my channel for 2 hours. I was look, when you go over there, look, you got it. It got 11 months ago, but the attorney was supposed to send us something to clear it part up. He gave me his word, and I knew if he said it, he was either gonna clear it or it was gonna show some.
After Wack's stream with
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that boy Wack like brainwashing a little bit, man. He gonna have some dudes crashing out, man. I ain't gonna lie, you get caught up in a situation like Pooh Shiesty situation, you better say it was self-defense. You know what I'm saying? It's a body on you. Don't mess around and get lifeless in the Wack. Yeah, man, he ain't even say no names. He just said it was self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Personally, man, I don't see Pooh Shiesty situation as snitching, man, for real though. Any case with a body involved, man, you better say it was self-defense for real.
with DJ Academics, the internet went crazy. People clipped the video, blasted it across every platform, and suddenly everyone was asking the same questions. Did Shiesty really tell? Was there new paperwork floating around? The whole thing exploded overnight. Every comment section turned into a courtroom. But here's the twist. Wack already knew that case like the back of his hand. He wasn't guessing, not even a little bit. He had read that proffer agreement line by line years ago. He knew exactly what it said, and more importantly, what it didn't. Still, he played it off like he was in the dark, dropping maybe statements that made people go wild. Meanwhile, Shiesty's lawyer, Ronayne, wasn't about to let that slide. He hopped online immediately, posting on Instagram, joining Wack's own live stream, and shutting everything down in real time. He wasn't mincing words either. He wrote, "This is 100% fake. There is no paperwork showing Pooh Shiesty said a single word about anything. All three defendants took the same plea. None of them gave proffers that accused anyone else. Stop spreading lies for clicks." Even Pooh Shiesty's father jumped in to back that up, letting everyone know the truth. They wanted to make it crystal clear. No snitching, no statements, no betrayal, period.
All right, let's talk morons. Wack 100. I can see where he gets his name because he is Wack. The allegation that Pooh gave up information in this case is so idiotic. Even when he's reading it, DJ Academics is saying what a moron he is. It is next level how stupid he is. Now, if we're saying he's just doing it for clout, if we're saying he's just doing it for views, I would think, okay, that's an excuse. But it really isn't. I really do think he's very stupid. So, long story short is, Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams gave up no one. Absolutely no one. We never cooperated with the government whatsoever. The paperwork that he's reading is that our defense was that we blamed the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, "I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun," and through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit. And that's why instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years for a shooting case. Not because of any kind of, he cooperated. He didn't cooperate with shit. What was cooperation was the amazing work of his lawyer, me, along with Sam Zegane. I don't want to forget Sam. See my clock in the back. You know what time it is. I don't want to forget my friend Sam because Sam assisted in the case, but absolutely not one single defendant in that case flipped on anybody because there was no one to flip on. They said Pooh was the shooter. They said one of the other guys was the shooter. None of them flipped on anybody. We all went ahead with it. We took the plea, which I wanted to go to trial. I thought it was a good trial as well, but we took the plea, and the judge ended up giving us just under 5 years. And with good behavior and an RDAP program, he got out in about 3 and change. So Wack 100, just to recap, Wack 100 is a moron, and what he is reading is as stupid as it sounds. That is all for now.
But even
I ain't gonna lie, man. That made sense right there, too, man, for real. But then think about it, though, man. Somebody that forced your hand and made you do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you better say it was self-defense for real. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Wack, man, seeming a little goofy lately, man, for real, though. Like he was saying the Jim Jones situation at the airport was a telling situation. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't no telling situation. But the other situations about Jim Jones, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Definitely look a little suspicious in that 6ix9ine situation, but the airport situation definitely wasn't no telling situation.
With all that clarification, the lawyer's quick reaction might have made things worse instead of better. He jumped in too fast, giving out details that sounded solid legally, but messy to the streets. Because let's be real, when it comes to street politics, logic doesn't always count. There's a totally different rule book being played out there, a twisted version of loyalty that regular folks just don't understand. For everyday people, it's simple. If someone robs you, you call the cops. End of story. But for the streets, it's not that black and white. They live by codes where even defending yourself can get flipped into telling. One wrong word can change how people see you forever. Just look at what happened with Troy Ave. He took the stand to defend himself after being lied on by Taxstone, and people still call him a snitch. That's how deep the paranoia runs in that world. So when it comes to Pooh Shiesty, all it takes is one small statement. Even something like saying the victims had guns while they claim they didn't. And suddenly the internet screaming snitch. It doesn't matter that he might have been talking about self-defense. It doesn't matter that he never pointed a finger at anyone else. In that world, even telling the truth in your own defense can make people turn on you. So when Shiesty's lawyer publicly mentioned that Pooh told the court the victims were armed, he might have thought he was clearing the record, but really, he gave Wack 100 the spark he needed. He didn't confirm any snitching, but he opened the door, and that's all the internet needed to kick it wide open, because that's where rumors live, in the gray area, where half-truths turn into headlines. From that moment on, it stopped being a legal case, and it became a full-blown public trial, not in front of a judge, but in front of millions online. Wack had exactly what he wanted. Controversy that couldn't be disproved in one post. Now everyone's arguing like detectives. Did Shiesty really tell? Or is this just another example of the internet twisting a story for clicks and clout?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I definitely think this story getting a little twisted up. I heard like the victims was talking or something. So I think that's when they threw the self-defense thing out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to them. Like if they knew them from like the streets or something, though, man, that could have been a different little situation. You know what I'm saying? And if the victims weren't cooperating or something too, you know what I mean? Basically, it could have been a situation where it got kept in the streets or something. But once the victims started cooperating, keeping it in the streets was really out the window.
Here's the truth. Legally, Pooh Shiesty never cooperated with prosecutors or gave anyone up. He took a plea, admitted what he did, and served his time like a man. But when you live by the street code, that one word, proffer, carries heavy weight. Once it's said, the rumor sticks no matter what. And that's why this situation exploded so fast. It wasn't about facts anymore. It was about perception, pride, and how easily the streets can turn a spark into a wildfire.
And the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun, and through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit.
That's what we do. The street people lie to law enforcement. The victim said, we ain't had no guns. You telling me, Brad, the smart guy, not gonna call you out your name, you and Pooh decided to tell the truth. The streets don't tell the truth, Brad. Earth to Brad. Anybody home? I really want to call you out your name, but I'm not. R&B has me on not calling people out their name punishment. 24 hours. I'm not gonna do it, Brad. But you just admitted, there's more, y'all. You just admitted that the victim told the police, hey, we ain't had nothing. But you're saying your defense was to tell the police they had guns. Pooh Shiesty, you're saying, got with you. And you guys is telling the police, when they said we ain't had no guns, yes, y'all did. Can't do that, Brad. No, this ain't Harvard. The closest thing to Harvard we come is Harvard Park, and that's in Deuce Brown. Shout out, little man. Listen, Brad, you just put the noose around your Pooh Shiesty's neck. But I'm not gonna say it. I'm not even gonna insinuate. But I'm gonna keep playing this. This is why.
That's why, instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years.
So because he told on the victim, instead of getting 10, the judge gave him under 5. Hey, this is Brad. This ain't me. Go sit back and let Brad do the job for you.
Not because of any kind of, he cooperated. He didn't cooperate with shit.
He didn't cooperate. Brad, Earth to Brad, when you tell the DA, AUSA, whatever you want to call them, hey, they had guns. And they're saying, we didn't have guns. Yes, they did have guns. That's called cooperating, Brad. Let's keep it going.
What the cooperation was the amazing work of his lawyer, me, along with Sean Segaday. I don't want to forget Sam. See my clock in the back. You know what time it is. I don't want to forget my friend.
He did say that. You see my clock in the back. You know what time it is. That's way worse than saying I have black friends. Let's keep it going.
From a regular person's point of view, this whole situation sounds insane. But in the world of street culture, perception is everything. It's not about what's true, it's about what people believe. Once folks think you told, it doesn't matter what's written in the paperwork, that label sticks like glue. It follows you everywhere, louder than any statement or legal proof could ever be. Pooh Shiesty's lawyer probably had good intentions. He just wanted to silence Wack 100's noise and protect his client's name. But by diving too deep into details, he accidentally gave the internet new material to twist. What should have been a dead topic got cracked wide open again. Suddenly, everybody's analyzing words, screenshots, and court documents like detectives. And Wack 100, he's loving it. This is what he does best. He turns whispers into headlines and tension into traffic. Now he's got content for weeks, stirring the pot while views keep climbing. Meanwhile, Shiesty might be walking free, but his name is the one still doing time, trapped in the court of public opinion where no one ever really wins. At the end of the day, this whole mess shows what freedom really looks like in today's era. It doesn't come clean anymore. You can serve your time, pay your dues, and still find yourself fighting a whole new sentence online. For Pooh Shiesty, the real battle might just be starting.
Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. See why people will probably be like, yeah, man, that was snitching, you know what I'm saying? I can see why some people will say that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Shit is defense for self-defense. Yeah, man, how you gonna claim self-defense if they ain't had nothing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta assume self-defense mean they had something, you had to defend yourself, you know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. You watching the Bait Bomber TV. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting. Until next time. All right.